Hi, welcome to this video. So my name is Alex and today we will have a look together at exceptional customer service and the main focus will be the AI capabilities in customer service workspace. So in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will introduce you to the concept of some AI features, then I will show you a demo and at the end we will have a look together and discuss on what was shown. So when we are looking at customer service and Dynamics Customer Service Workspace, it's important to mention that there are a lot of ways that customers can reach organizations. And here we are speaking about the different channels. And actually, Customer Service Workspace allows you to connect to first party channels like chat with Power Virtual Agent, like we have the voice channel, Microsoft, but you can also use third party like Genesis, Avaya, or other channels. And actually, once you get your requests, your touch points with your customer, then the whole, I would say, customer service journey starts. So the agents have the possibility to look at some customer interactions. They have the possibility to work together with other users or other colleagues, and actually, there are a lot of AI capabilities that help them achieve these goals. So today in my demo, I will focus on the AI capabilities. And here we are speaking about the first party capabilities such as sentiment analysis, the real-time transcription, and also the real-time translation. There are also some other components, and I also have a bonus, I also have a surprise that I want to show you during the demo. So now we had the introduction, let's move on to the customer service workspace. And for this, I will share my screen. Now, the scenario is the following. So I'm an agent. I'm looking at my dashboard. I'm starting the day. I can see that I have a nice dashboard with a lot of cases. I have the possibility, if I wish, also to sort my cases. On the right hand side, I have a very good view of the resolved cases and actually all the items that I'm working on. And if I'm scrolling a little bit down, I can see the active cases of my organization and the open activities. And this view allows me perhaps maybe to change the view. For instance, I'm interested in the next activities only. Perhaps maybe I want to filter by different keywords. So all of this is possible to be done with one screen. And that's even more. So what you can do is, because we speak a lot about profit centers, there are not any more cost centers in the service world. So what I did here, I can see as an agent that I have access to a Power BI dashboard with some sales, depends on the regions. I can interact with it. So maybe if I want to have some visual filters, for instance, I'm interested in the financial industry. If I click it, then I can see the numbers in the financial sector. Same with other industries or other visual filters that I can apply directly from this dashboard. So from this dashboard, I have the possibility to open a case. Let's click one of them and I can start working on it. Actually, because I'm an agent, I like productivity, I like multitasking. What I can do as well is also use the inbox. And actually, the inbox feature that we have is similar with the Outlook inbox that we are used to, but it has on top of the conversation, so on top of the emails that you can check. For instance, you can see that on the left hand side, I have some assigned conversations, which are some emails. I have the possibility also to see the cases. So I have a list of cases. I can also apply some filtering. So maybe I'm interested in a case where I have shipment time in the title. When I click it, you can see that it opens on the right hand side. I can start working and interact with my case. But perhaps maybe if I want to work more time on this case, what I can do is to open it in a new session. And when I click it, you can see that my case was pinned to the tab, or we are calling it the sessions bar. So it's similar experience with browser, so it's really nice because now I can move back and forth. For instance, if I'm looking at the A datum, I want to see more details about the company, and then I'm working in parallel. I'm doing some multitasking on different cases. It's possible to come here and go back, and the last what I see is the A datum tab. This is the this is in focus, so it's important for reducing the number of clicks. So this is the possibility of working with multi sessions, and exactly this is the customer service workspace app, and this is one of the differences between the traditional Dynamics customer service case management app everyone is used with. With this app, you don't have to open multiple browser tabs. You have the multi sessions and multi tab capability directly in the application. So you only open one single instance and you have everything what you need here. Good. Now let's enhance a little bit the scenario, and let's imagine that I'm a customer. I purchased a coffee machine. I have some issues. By the way, I'm the coffee shop owner. It's a professional coffee machine, so I have some issues, and I need to open the coffee shop. Unfortunately, I cannot do it because I cannot serve customers coffee today. So what I'm doing, I'm a little bit desperate as a customer. I will go to the portal. This is the partner portal that I have access, or the customer portal that I have access. And I see on the right hand side a chat. Because this is outside working hours, I don't have someone to call, but actually I'm hoping to get someone directly helping with the espresso machine. So what I can do, I can say, okay, I live in Switzerland, because perhaps maybe this will help me to get routed. And actually, this is what's happening. It's really important also to have some pre survey questions that will help the automated routing mechanism to get to the right agents. But first, I'm not talking to a human agent. I'm talking to a virtual agent. So I'm talking with the bot. And actually, you can see that the bot recognizes me. I'm signed in. So it's a great first step. And actually, I want to know about the store hours, because I want to understand when the business is opened, maybe if I can get some help during the business hours. But I don't want to know exactly when the showroom perhaps is open. I want to talk to support. So this did not answer my question, which is very easily for me to say no. And because I don't have a lot of time, like I said, I need to open the coffee shop. I have issues with the espresso machine. So basically I want to talk to an agent. When I click talk to an agent, the Power Virtual Agent and all the mechanism behind me is escalating it to a human agent. And I talked about automatic routing, and actually this is what's happening behind, because I selected espresso machines, I selected Switzerland, then we will get the request. Now I'm playing the role of the agent. I see that on the right hand side, I get the new chat request. I immediately see the customer. So what I can do, I can accept it. And once I accept the request, even if I'm working on different cases, this has the highest priority because I have a chat open with someone. I can see immediately with whom I'm speaking to. So I'm speaking to Claudia. I see where she's located, maybe because she put there some answers, so pre-survey questions about espresso machines, the country which she's living on. Actually, I can see a lot of details, and it's important because I can also see how long did Claudia wait in the queue. So it's really important for me. So I have a 360-degree view of my customer. I can help her as I go along, because historical data are really, really important. And maybe there is one thing that I forgot, because there's also this device settings. So imagine that perhaps helping or troubleshooting a espresso machine doesn't make sense, but imagine that if you want to troubleshoot the device the customer is using, it's very important to know what the operating system is, what the browser is, maybe to know the location. So this kind of information can be enabled It's only a setting that you can enable in order to collect this kind of information, of course, with the acceptance of the customer. Coming back to the 360-degree view, on the right hand side, you can see instantly that I have also some information about my colleagues who had some appointments with the customer. We have this B2B customer, she had some appointments. So if I'm interested to know more about it, definitely I can do. If I want as an agent to maybe have a video call of with Claudia, so I can do it, maybe a voice call, and actually the voice call doesn't have to happen via the provider, so the telephony provider. No, it happens via the portal, so it's the voice call directly on the portal protocol. Yeah. Good. But today we spoke about the artificial intelligence behind it. So actually, what I want to show you are the artificial intelligence capabilities that you get. Let's say I'm starting interacting with my customer, and immediately you can see that I can use very easily some scripts. And basically, Claudia, she's living in Portugal, and actually, let's imagine that she doesn't speak too well English. So I want to show you a capability that you can use. So it's called the translation, so real-time translation service. You can enable it. So you can enable it very easily. It's only a button, and then let's simulate a little bit. And actually, when I'm going back to the agent, you can see that the agent sees also the translation, and it sees the translation in English because this is the language I selected. But you can have like different languages, and this is using the Azure translation service. So it's a resource. You don't have to transcribe or to do anything. Everything is there already. You only have to provision this global resource. So let's continue the conversation. So let me put here more information in Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese, so what I will do, I want to see also the translation. So Claudia mentions that she has a problem with her espresso machine and she wants to replace the filter. Then, as an agent, I can, of course, start typing about it, but actually understand the problem a little bit, I would say, and I start doing my research. But maybe I'm new to my job, so for me, it's really important to get some assistance during the time. And in order to get some assistance, I have the so called agent script that helps me with the tasks that I have to perform as an agent. So, for instance, first of all, I'm greeting the customer. Then I'm starting the research. I think this is the great step that I'm starting looking left and right to find some information. And in order to get some information, there's another very important artificial intelligence capability, the so called smart assist. And actually, depending on the text that we have here, so depending on the transcription, it automatically finds some knowledge base articles. So when I start looking and having some information like I will research the filter issue, guide you on how to replace a filter. So based on this kind of conversation, then the smart assist is reanalyzing and it makes some suggestions. And by the way, you can see that the agent is writing in English, but if I'm going back, you can see that the customer is seeing in Portuguese. Yes, it's a very important feature. But imagine that I don't want to wait for smart assist to get some information. I have also the possibility to have a look at my own on the knowledge search. So for instance, maybe I'm start exploring some filtering issues and I'm looking to see what kind of articles do we have I can copy. And if I find something useful, definitely I can share it with my customer. I have the possibility to share it directly from here. So to send an URL or maybe to copy the URL. So I can do like this. I can do this kind of things. What I can do now, because I'm starting the research, perhaps it's very important also to work with some cases. So instead of going and clicking some manual buttons, I have a macro step, and actually this is an automation that will create for me a case. So I only have to open a button, to click a button. So I'm clicking the create new case button, and in the background, in customer service, the workflows are doing my job. So you can see, I can minimize this. You can see that I have a new case. I'm working with Claudia as a customer, and I have everything what I need here, which is really, really important. Good. So basically, you can see that on the Smart Assist now, I also have a three, which is the three as a number. So basically, based on the transcript, like I said, Smart Assist is checking constantly what's changing in the transcript, and is suggesting some knowledge-based articles. And you can see that. The conversation, so as much as you go to the conversation, then the suggestions are better and better. And as an agent, you maybe have the possibility to say if it's relevant or not. So for instance, this water filtration system, maybe it is relevant, but and also the replace coffee machine, but maybe this descaling is not. And you can see that the smart assistant's working always and is coming with new articles from the database. On the similar case suggestions, you can see that there is no similar case that can be suggested here, which yes, maybe it's yeah, true or not. But actually, you can also enhance it. So you can have the smart assist bots that you create, and you can come with your own artificial intelligence customizations. Like maybe you want to predict the next best action based on some input variables, or maybe you want to show or display some predictions. This is a great place to work with and to use this smart assist functionality and enhance it. And talking about enhancements, what I want to show next is a possibility to customize and also come with an additional artificial intelligence capability. I know that Microsoft just released Copilot functionality for Dynamics customer service and also for other applications, but until this becomes available, there's also a way to use the OpenAI API in order to get some AI capabilities that are powered also in ChatGPT. So imagine as the following scenario: you as an agent, you had a look at the knowledge base articles, but you didn't find what we were looking for. Maybe you have to troubleshoot something, and you want to have a friend, and the friend is called ChatGPT. And actually, what you are seeing here is a portal. It's a React portal. See that you have different components, like maybe the Q&A or technical support or product information. So you don't have only a chat capability, you also have the possibility to group different kinds of information and actually work with the OpenAI um, powered infrastructure, let's call it like this, via the API in order to get different kind of information. Yeah, but let's take a simple example. Imagine that the customer, for instance, she's saying that I receive red blinking LED. What could be the issue? And basically, maybe I don't know what does it mean, so I can take this is, and I can go to my friend, to ChatGPT, and I can put this. And actually, because yes, blinking LED of my virtual, and I can click on submit. Now, basically in the background, OpenAI responded. So you can see that immediately it was recognized what a virtuo is. So I didn't have to say that it's an espresso machine. So the response is that red blinking LED means that can be different issues. It means that the machine is not perfectly connected to power. So there are a lot of issues. And basically I can come with it and I can start my research. Send me steps to descale the virtual coffee. or I don't have to say coffee machine, yeah, because OpenAI knows what I'm looking for. So what you can do is to take this information and I put it here. Like I said, you can format it if you wish. It's only a styling capability, but actually, I hope you got the idea. So this is the power of connecting to the open AI API and having this kind of portal created. Yeah, it's more than only a chat. It's more than only a Q&A. So you can have all these kind of categories if you wish. And last but not least, definitely there is also the Bing capability, and you can also have Bing as a tab here. Definitely, you have the chat. You can also work with the Bing chat if you wish. So now I think that we had everything that in order to solve the issue, but let's imagine that perhaps there is also more than this. So imagine that perhaps the information that I gather here helps the customer, but I have to talk to an expert because maybe I'm not sure about one of these steps. So in order to solve this kind of things, I have the possibility to swarm. So there is the so-called swarming capability that allows me as an agent to talk to different persons, to different experts in my organization in order to have like an ad hoc group of experts to help the issue. So what I will do, I'm opening the case and you can see that I have the create swarm button. And when I am clicking the create swarm button, you can see that based on the title of the case, there is also taken in this swarm request. And what's really interesting is that a skill was recognized. So there are some rules that you can set. I did very easily when a case has assembly in the title, then give me this need of an assembly diagnosis skill. So what I can do next is to click save and send invitation. And in the background, you can see that all the magic is happening. So I don't have to find experts. Everything is done in the background. So you can see that there is a new conversation that is opening, and David is the account manager of the customer, so he's automatically invited here. This is a setting. You can have account managers or supervisors directly added to the chat. And now I will change the screen because I want to show you from an expert perspective. So I'm logged in with another user. I'm logged in with Alan, and this is Microsoft Teams. Alan doesn't have access to customer service. He only has access to Microsoft Teams, and you can see that he receives an invitation of a swarm request. And basically, it's really easy for him to say, yes, I want to accept or reject. But for the sake of this example, I will accept. And once Alan also accepts the swarming request, you can see that Alan is also added in the group conversation. And we don't speak only about a new chat here or a group. Yeah, Alan has access maybe to the chat, so he can say hi. And on the other hand, you can see that as an agent, I can start interacting and talk to Alan. Has different information that he can access. Like I said, he doesn't have to be Dynamics licensed. He can see the details directly in Microsoft Teams. And what you see here is the standard form. You can also customize it, but actually the standard form gives you some information about the customer. You can see immediately who's the customer, what is the case number, and also what happened. And basically, definitely the request can contain more details than this. And there is also the possibility to have like some swarm details and swarm activities. So maybe Alan can also have his tasks or maybe add some of the information, research, for instance. And this kind of information are also visible on the case side. And there's much more that you can do. Like I said, you can also have some files. So if you have some collaboration between the group members, between the expert, agent, manager, and so on, definitely you can do it. And once this is done, the expert or the agent can say, yes, I can resolve. So complex issue, filter changed. So you can resolve the swarm and everyone will be happy. So the expert helped. He will get an internal survey perhaps. The agent is really happy because he or she didn't have to talk to different persons in order to find the right expert. So the system finds the experts just in time, I would say. And of course, the customer will be really, really happy because she got the information very easily. So I hope that you find benefit of this kind of features. So maybe the last artificial intelligence capability that we have is also when you finish the case, perhaps maybe you have a supervisor, he or she wants to see a summary of what happened. So there's this possibility to have some a summary of the case transcript. And you can see how rapidly you get some information. So the customer had some problems with the coffee machine, wants to replace the filter, and the resolution provided a link to article. So you can see that I didn't have a very extensive transcript, but the system, of course, even if it was Portuguese, it was translated, the system came with exactly what was requested. So definitely the description and also the resolution, which is really, really important. And as an agent or as a supervisor, I can say, yes, it was, it was something that it was useful or not. Good. So I hope that you enjoyed the demo. So as a sum up, as a summary, so what you saw today is the customer service workspace as a multi-session application. We saw a different type of organizing the sessions or the interactions. So we saw it on the vertical part. Actually, we saw it on the vertical part, but actually this is preference. So you can have it on the left-hand side, on the horizontal or on the vertical side. We have a look also on the IVR and the Power Virtual Agent handoff. Remember that the customer started talking to a Power Virtual Agent chatbot, and then she got escalated to a human agent when the answer was not responded. Then we have also the live transcription and also the live translation because we had this Portuguese to English or English to Portuguese. Like I said, you can have different different opinions. I forgot to show you the sentiment analysis, but actually you have this possibility, and depending on the conversation, you can have like a positive or a negative sentiment. We also talked about how easy it is to interact and also to see a 360-degree view of a customer. So you see all the information that you need, perhaps maybe some information about the device that the customer is using. You see also the cases and also um, Smart Assist, which comes with a lot of interesting features. And as a bonus, I showed you a customization or let's say an integration with the OpenAI API in order to get some responses to different questions. And last but not least, the swarming as a collaboration capability where we can work together with different experts, and it's really easy to get some information. And let's not forget about the AI summary capability, which is a standard capability that will summarize very well what happened and what was also the resolution of. So I hope you enjoyed the session that we had about the customer service workspace and you enjoyed also the artificial intelligence capabilities that you saw. Thank you very much for taking 30 minutes of your time to watch this video. Bye bye.